Boom. We are live. Hello.
Hello.
Awesome. I'm excited about today's episode. It is our 102nd episode of CityClips Live. And so, for those of you who might not be familiar, it is focused on North Florida business and tech and everything related to our ecosystem in Tallahassee and all the surrounding communities. So today I'm excited to have Jim McShane, CEO of CareerSource Capital Region. Sometimes I mix them up, and who will soon retire by the end of this year. So it's been 40 years of, yes, in his career, and now counting the days, about 50, is it 58 days left?
Yes,
Yes,
58 days.
days to go until retirement. So congratulations on your retirement.
Thank you.
Before we dive in, let me give a quick intro on Mr. McShane. So Jim McShane currently serves as CEO of CareerSource Capital Region, which supports Gadsden, Leon, and McCullough counties with extensive experience in workforce and economic development. He leads initiatives that connect job seekers with employers, build talent pipelines, and support local businesses. He is known for a systems thinking and collaborative approach to workforce development and is active on a variety of boards and councils focused on workforce policy and regional economic development. I'm excited to have you on today. I know you are now operating as a co-CEO with Cantha Belton Moore, who will eventually take on the reins in January 1st. And it sounds like the transition is going well.
It's going really well. Also, one more thing that we added is Jefferson County is now part of our area too. That happened last year. So now we have 4 counties that we serve.
Wow, that's awesome. And these are big counties.
They are. So if you go from Chattahoochee all the way down to Wakulla, that's a trip, let me tell you.
So when did you move out to Tallahassee? I know you're not from Tallahassee originally.
No, originally I'm from Northwest Indiana and moved down here in 2013 for this job, because people always ask my wife, why is she down here? Because I had her bring her along. So
yeah,
it's been a good stay. I've had the best, I would say the best team working for me that I've ever had. I've had 3 different steps, 3 different times I've been the CEO of a CareerSource type board, one in Gary, Indiana, one in Central Illinois, and now this one here. So, and I've really enjoyed it here in Tallahassee.
that's wonderful. It's, now I moved here in 2011, so that's probably around 12 years or so, right? Yeah, 12 years. Yeah, CEO for past 12 years. So a lot has changed since we've moved here.
It's moving in the right direction. I mean, I know some of the issues that I've been involved in is homelessness and the housing situation here, because right now I'm trying to help our business community realize that if you don't have affordable housing, you don't have people to come work for you. And it's really key to have that happen. So I chaired the city's Affordable Housing Committee for 2 years, and was on it for about 8 years. So that's one component. The other was I was on the Early Learning Coalition's board, and spent my 8 years there too. And childcare is another big impediment for women to get jobs if they can't find affordable health or affordable childcare. So it's real important that people understand this is a system kind of thing. All of us support people wanting to work, but you've got to have all the support systems in place for them to be able to do it. So transportation is the other one that's always a big one in this system that people have a hard time. There's only bus working here in Tallahassee, but out in the rural areas, it's on demand transportation, and it's a lot harder to get it to time out right to go to see the doctor or whatever. So it's all about understanding how people get to work and what makes them work well, and and have a good experience.
That's great. And I actually attended the Opportunity Tallahassee event last Thursday. And one part of the programming is we got to visit the affordable housing units, some of the newer developments and projects that were completed. And if I can remember correctly, you probably know better too. Like we swung by the area where there's going to be the new bus station.
Yes.
And then, we saw 2 different subdivisions. They looked great.
Yeah, the Housing Authority has done a good job of getting that area really snappy and much better, much more efficient housing, and housing that people can afford. And we really need more of that in our area. But that was a federal grant that they got, and they were able to build it along with the city and county doing match. So it's a good thing, and that's off of Orange Avenue. So it's a major improvement, because I was there in their community center before all of that happened, and it was pretty depressing because it really just not well maintained over all the years.
Yeah. And I really liked how they gave us a tour, and it's just the space and interior design. If I remember correctly, it started with a B, like the space that we got to see with the lobby area. And it was very impressive, like 2-bedroom and 3-bedroom units, making it affordable for families that might not be able to be in other locations, and cost of housing is going up everywhere. So those are the challenges. What are you noticing were common misconceptions about CareerSource?
To say that again?
What have you noticed? Like, what did you run into that people had misconceptions about with CareerSource?
So we are not the unemployment place. We are the employment place. So the state has the unemployment system, and the state runs that. We are a local nonprofit board, and many boards throughout the country. There's over 550 workforce boards throughout the country. We are funded through the Department of Labor. We also have welfare transition, so we have funding from HHS, and we also have Department of Agriculture, because we also are SNAP for single adults, no children. So we have multiple things, and then we also have veteran services too. So all in all, what we're trying to do is make sure that somebody is up to date in their skills, that they can get a job here in town. We're focused on getting them retrained. If they need to be retrained, we pay for that. So our goal is really to help, and especially entrepreneurs that are ready to hire new people. We should be the place they go to. We can definitely assist them on finding employees. But it's a tough thing right now. We have more jobs than we have people looking for a job. But the number's getting closer. I just saw the posting today by one of my staff that there's about 9,000 unemployed in the 4-county area, and there's over 10,000 jobs that are open. So people can find a job if they really want to try and find it. And then, like I said, if your skills are old or nobody's looking for those skills anymore, we can send you to TSC, or we can send you to Lively, and get those skills up to where you can get a job right away.
That's great. And I want to make sure I also share the website, because it's highlighting some of the things that are happening right now, right? Let me make sure. You got all kinds of cool programs. There's LEAP, and you said Find a Job Friday is doing well as well.
Really well. Yep. Our businesses and our state folks are looking for people too. So it's an easy way to get a job quickly.
So how does that look like? Do people just, is that like an event that people sign up for?
Yes. They don't have to sign up. They can walk in. Yes. And it's, whoever's looking for a job can come in to our Find a Job. We're rotating them between Jefferson, Gadsden, Wakulla, and Leon. Leon is at least once a month, and the others we rotate around. So that way we make it available to the business community. And the business community is the really one that supports us. as well as government employment too, because our prisons are looking for people all the time. There's always openings, and so if you come into our Find a Job Friday, you will see a plethora of different things, from healthcare to IT to you name it. And if you have an interest and you want to find a job, that's what that's for, and it's been very successful.
One of the other reasons why, obviously I brought you on to interview is because you're also part of the AERO partnership, which is, for those who haven't heard, because I keep meeting people who've never heard of AERO, it's Alliance of Entrepreneurial Resource Organizations, right? And you meet, I believe, every other month, where you can actually, just kind of get together, get on the same page about what's going on. And it's a great partnership locally, what everyone's doing there.
Yep. I mean, I've been here since it started, and it's mainly for entrepreneurship. For a while, we had a government-funded grant from the Department of Labor where we taught entrepreneurship here for 3 years or 4 years, and that was successful at getting. There are entrepreneurs here that have been through that training that actually set up their shops and are successful today. So that's the one time that we were able to get into entrepreneurship. And then after that, the law did change in 2015, that we can actually send somebody to entrepreneurship class if that's what their desire is and they have the skills for it. So, yep, it's a good thing.
That's great. So y'all also do workforce development and training, right,
Yep.
for businesses. Are you, and I know we briefly talked about this earlier, is that there's more jobs and, there's not enough people, and it doesn't help that the population is, especially in the US, where the next group of Gen Alpha, like you mentioned, half the size of millennials.
Mm-hmm. And so we're trying to make sure businesses are aware. Lightcast is a company that has posted a couple of very good, and they're free online resources that you can take a look at and see the story of where we're at. Other countries in the world have the same problem. We're not the only ones. There's very few countries that it's the opposite, that they're actually growing in the number of people. So most are declining, and here in the U.S. we've had less than 1.6 children per female for a long time, and you need 2.2 just to break even and to cover the fact of us poor boomers are going to go away because we don't live forever. We hoped we did, but it doesn't work.
Yeah, I know. There's all kinds of studies these billionaires are trying to do with longevity and like extending life, but that's going to be a long study. But yeah, no, the baby boomer population is obviously shrinking, but like there's a need for some of them to come out of retirement to meet the demand. That's what I remember the presentation with the economics professional who spoke at the chamber conference, where he said, like, there's just not enough people to keep up with the jobs that are coming up in the next 10 years, right? And then is it just that like business has shifted, right, has changed, technology and things like that, but there's a huge demand for nurses.
Oh yeah, nurses and doctors, and in fact, many of them all across the country are on the H-1B program that the president just made. $100,000 is what they have to pay instead of $5,000. So that's going to cut back on some of that. And we don't train enough. Part of that is the universities that do train doctors have always been very limited, and the number of people they accept. That really needs to change too. We really need to have more doctors trained, and there are a lot of people who want to get into healthcare. I mean, it's a booming business that will be for a long time, even after the boomers are gone, because then we have the Xers, and then after that, and then we have the millennials, which my kids are millennials, and then we got my grandchildren, all granddaughters. I got 6 of them. So, it's really, they're going to have a lot of opportunity. I do think AI is going to make a lot of changes at this point. Can we afford it? I don't know, because those AI central processing units take a lot of power, more power than most power companies have available. So you've got all that piling in. And it will never take the place of face-to-face human interaction.
Right.
And there's a lot of jobs that are always going to be that way. Sales job, the robot's not going to ask you to buy this or that. You're going to want to, if you're buying furniture for your house, you want to talk to somebody who knows what they're doing. So,
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm a little bit more on the, I like the experience of a real person, talking to a real person, going through that decision-making process as well. So it really depends on what they end up doing with these robots. It's hilarious how they think that they can. I think you saw the, was it Neo, the new robot that apparently knows how to wash the dishes, and there has been glitches.
Yeah,
You've seen the one where he was trying to open the dishwasher and he couldn't. He or she or it.
It's not perfect at all. But I think the good news is that we'll have to learn how to use it as best we can. But then the other issue from my end is long term. If we're less and less people, who's going to maintain it? I mean, they can't maintain themselves yet. Although there's some people in the AI community thinks that they will be able to think like HAL in 2001: A Space Odyssey, but not everybody's going to be able to do that. And I'm not sure that that's really the future that we have coming up. So skills are still needed. AI is going to probably take out people that are less skilled, like answering the phone, doing those kinds of things. We already have the chamber has a agent answering the phone. We're going to have one too shortly, more than likely. So we're working with Jabari on that. So our goal is, how can we be more efficient and be able to tell people what they need to know, and then free up the time for our staff to do more one-on-one with the people that we're serving as career counselors. So I think it's a good thing. It'll be a lot of positive things we can learn from it.
Yeah, I see. I mean, there's definitely positives where it meets the demand for people to ask, any type of question. They don't want to look on the website, even though the information is on the website. They want to call, want to pick up the call, phone and call and talk about it instead. And so it'll be nice to free up the team's time. Like you said, it's not like a huge team. It frees up the staff to actually spend more quality time with people they want to help with the bigger problems, right? Other than, what time are you guys open? The basic question.
That's right. Yeah. Well, and even then, you can train AI to know the whole law, the Workforce Investment Act, and then on top of that, what our policies are. And so it can answer just about, our hope is anyway, it'll be able to answer about any question with the answer that's right. And then for the staff, when they need to know certain things in our processes, I mean, we've got a lot of policies. We have 16 or 17 different funding streams that are in process at all times. Each one has their own requirements, and none of our staff can know all of that. So having an agent or an AI looking into it for you, asking the question of, well, is this person qualified? They can get the right answer and not have to call somebody on our staff to find out and have them look it up. AI will look it up for you. I can tell you that. I already am using that. That part's really fun. I'm happy.
That's great. What have you been testing out with?
Well, so we have a lot of policies. So if I want to know what policy addresses this issue or that issue, I can ask AI for that. We use Copilot. Copilot is secure, where GPT is not. So we have to be secure. We have people's social security numbers and other things that we don't want to be let out into the space. So it really can help you with, does this person qualify? Here's what here's their issues, here's their barriers, and it can come back with the correct answer. But you still have to check it. I mean, everything, I just had to do a PowerPoint for me for another presentation I'm going to do in December. and it did a great job of summarizing what I need to cover and put a PowerPoint together. However, it's pretty limited, and I'm going to have to do a lot. I'll have to do a lot more work, but it gives me a foundation. And that's what I see AI really doing, is giving me a foundation that I can then use the knowledge I have and add that into it and make it something that's of value to the people I'm presenting to.
That's great. I love that you're testing and using it. Is there any kind of workforce development related to AI as well at some point, or is that in the?
Well, I would hope. Well, I mean, it's starting to get into the job market. When you do job searches, our system is a federal system called Employ Florida, and so it's good for what we have to do, and we have to use it. But we use Indeed and we use LinkedIn just like everybody else when we're looking for somebody, and we do have a recruiter on staff, and so she looks through all those things when we have somebody is working with her to try and find a job. So there is that we can do those kinds of things, which is good.
So there's the people who are looking for jobs, right, that will contact you, and you also support employers, right? So is there some type of arrangement, like employers have to apply, and what's the typical criteria requirement?
No, employers do not have to apply. So we have a business solutions team that goes out and talks to our employers. Right now we have somewhere around 1,300 employers that utilize us all the time. They will actually, our team will post the job, because one of the problems with our system is it's just overwhelming. The data that the federal government wants makes it like 11 pages long to post a job. Hardly efficient in the long run. So our folks are trained to do that, to post the jobs for the businesses and then help them find the talent that they're looking for.
I know the plan for you is eventually you will relocate in a retirement community. What parts of Tallahassee are you going to miss?
Well, I miss we're in the woods off of Buck Lake Road. So I'm
there. I'm in that neighborhood.
I'm real happy with that area. I actually helped repave our entry road and had the folks in the neighborhood all pitch in, and we were able to actually raise $30,000 and make it. So it was falling apart really bad, and patching wasn't working. So people are very helpful. They want to help each other out, and in our community where we live is really a wonderful area. So I do like it.
That's great. And I mean, can you believe 12 years have flown by for you? I can't believe 14 has flown by for me.
Can't believe 75 has gone by me. I mean, people don't think I'm that old, and I do feel like I'm pretty good shape for somebody this old, but it's still, I still feel like I'm in my 40s and 50s and not in my 70s. So, but no, we're going to do a lot of RVing. That's what our hope is. My wife and I.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep, we got a motorhome, and we're gonna start traveling the country and seeing places that we have or maybe not have seen before. So, should be fun.
So, as a CEO, what would you give advice to those up and coming rising stars in the North Florida community, and in terms of maybe even for Tallahassee as an ecosystem, what can we do to support CareerSource?
Well, supporting us is at some point we're going to need to have additional help, because the federal money keeps going down, and it's really at risk at this point. I hope we're around. The system is around for another year or two or more. We've been around since actually the 70s as a system in some form or another. So the hope is that it will continue on. As far as getting into the job of CEO, I guess what I've learned is that I was going to be the president. Well, I was the president of my family business, which was office supplies, furniture, and copiers. And I did it for like 2 years. And then I ran for state office as a representative. Did not win. But then my brother took over as president. My parents couldn't understand how I could do that, do both jobs. Well, it's a citizen legislature down in Indiana. So anyway, so that went away. So I broke off from the family, started another furniture, basic office furniture business. Did that under Lincoln office out of Peoria, Illinois. Then things went where I was supposed to be part owner, and that didn't happen. So I gave up on that, and then this came along. You have to be flexible. That's what I would say. The first thing you got to realize is you can't push the river down the opposite way that the river's going. So you have to be open to the fact that maybe what you thought was going to happen didn't happen. That's okay. Now you got to think differently. How do I adapt? And it's all about adaptation, I'd say, and knowing that you have value. Everybody has value, but you have to make sure you're doing things that are close to your heart, making sure that this is what you're here for. And I do believe that's why I was in this business. So it's been a great run, and actually part-time. I hope to do a little more. Because I'm more of the senior now, I have to admit that. And there are, if the system survives, there'll be opportunities for me to stay engaged. I've been a member of U.S. Chamber of Commerce, or the United States Conference of Mayors since 2000, and I hope to stay engaged a little bit there, and a couple other national associations that I've been part of. So I'm looking forward to that, but not to do it full time and not to be in charge of everything.
And a deserved retirement as well. And
That's
you worked so hard and for quite a while. And thank you so much for your words of wisdom, and really appreciate for all the service you've done and provided for our community in Tallahassee. Tallahassee's going to miss you.
I'm going to miss Tallahassee too. I do have a lot of friends here. They've been very good friends. So I appreciate the opportunity here. And it's nice and warm, and there's no snow here, which is, well,
except for that one time.
Yeah, that's right.
That one time. Yeah. And I've heard great things, Renee, I'm a big fan of Renee. You have a great team culture there. And Kantha, I'm sure you're passing on the baton to her. She's going to do a great job. It sounds like everyone's excited about that as well. So thanks again, Jim. If there's anything you'd like to end with in addition to that?
Just be open to what comes along in life, and make sure you don't take a negative attitude, because that doesn't help you. You gotta realize things are going to hit you, but move on.
I love that positive outlook, and great way to end. And for those of you who haven't done so already, subscribe for cityclips.net. I'm so glad, Jim, we got to catch you before your actual retirement day. Thanks again.
Thank you.
All right, I'll see you on the other side.